Okay guys, I'm going to start this recording from page 46 in chapter 3 of our textbook Adobe Photoshop CS6 with CC enhancements. This is a student request and there will be some repeat information in this demo or redundancy because I think I've done a fair amount of this in the recording that you currently have in week 3. But again, just watch through it and hopefully you'll see something that you did not see before. So we are starting out again on page 46. The lesson is playing with pixels and we are setting the stage. So we are on number 2 on page 46 and we saved a copy of the file in our lessons folder. Do a file, save as, and we're going to save a copy. And you'll see that. Underscore your last name or your name and click Save. And now we are going to open that one up because I have the original here. We're going to do File and Open. And we're going to open that copy that we just saved. And we're going to create some space in which to play. So we're going to go to Image and Canvas Size. So you're going to go up to your menu items, Image, down to Canvas Size, and click on Canvas Size. And then we're going to set the dimensions for the canvas to 18 by 24 inches. It's currently at pixels, so we want to change our units of measure to inches. And it's going to be 18 by 24. And click OK. And the reason that that now has that color, solid color on the background is because it was the background color that I currently had in my color here on my toolbox. So let's try that again. And normally what you could do, again I'm changing it to inches, and again it's going to be 18 by 24. And rather than this canvas extension color being background of orange, let's just see if they will give us some transparent pixels. No, they don't really. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to make the entire thing white, and we're going to click OK. Now, in order to put a background in the image, the current background layer, which is locked by default, and you'll see this background layer, it's locked by default, needs to be turned into a normal layer. So all we have to do is double click on this in order to create that as a background. And we're going to rename it Statue. And now it is unlocked and editable. All right, we are now going to go to File and Open. And we're going to open Cheetah. And we are going to unhide the layer named Original. And the way that you do that is by clicking on this little eyeball next to the cheetah, or next to that particular layer. So you can see that the amount of retouching that was done to the image in order to make it usable for this particular lesson. So again, we're going to hide the original layer back, and then we're going to highlight the background layer, and the way that you do that is to click on it to highlight it. We're going to get the magic wand from the Tools panel, and we are going to select the background around the cheetah. Again, you want to make sure that that background layer is highlighted. And if you just click once in the background layer, it's going to select everything white. The tolerance is set at 15, and we're doing that with a magic wand tool. And then I'm going to also, well, it looks like it got all of the white, even down here between the legs. So in order to select the cheetah, since we've already gotten the background selected now, in order to select the cheetah, we're going to go up to Select and Inverse. And now the cheetah is selected. We're going to go to Edit and Copy. And then we're going to go back over here to this original file that we were working with. And then we're going to go to Edit and Paste. And you should have the cheetah in the statue file with us. We're going to double click this layer name, layer 1, and we're going to call this cheetah. And then while this layer is still highlighted, we're going to go to the Edit menu and select Free Transform. And a bounding box you'll see appears around that entire cheetah with 8 control handles. We're going to click on the upper left corner and hold the shift, and this is important, you want to hold the shift as you click on this corner and click and drag down to resize it. The shift sizes it proportionally. If you did not hold down the shift, then it would skew it height by width. Yeah, that's about right. And then you want to double click, and that by double clicking that accepts that transformation. Now we're going to add a dramatic background to the scene, so we're going to go to File and Place. Now, in our options in Photoshop CC, which CS6 was a little different, it's going to ask you to place embedded or place linked. I'm going to place embedded, and that means that that file now becomes a part of this file. If I linked it, I would be just borrowing it from its original filing place, and I sometimes lose the image when I do that. So I'm going to do place embedded, and I'm going to look for that background. Let's see, what did they ask us to get? Sunrise. And the place image is selected as indicated by the bounding box, which it is. X through this X through it indicates that it's still selected. So to make the image the background, we're going to click and drag the sunrise layer to the bottom of the layers panel. So you'll see we have 3 layers. The sunrise is on top of everything else. We're going to click drag and we're going to drop it. And you know what? We're going to have to place it first. So double click on it first, and then you're going to click and drag, and we're going to reposition it behind both the statue and the cheetah. Now you'll see that the background has disappeared, and the reason that it's disappeared is because the statue, remember, has all this white around her. So we are going to highlight the statue layer, and we are going to get the magic wand, and we're going to click once where this white is. And then I am going to see, I'm going to zoom in here so you can see this. I'm not sure what your default tolerance is set at, but when I got the magic wand key, my tolerance is set at 15. And so you'll see that it's not only selecting the white of the background, which is what I want it to select, but it's also selecting these values that are quite close in value to the white of the background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just deselect it. I'm going to go up here to select and deselect. And I'm going to get that magic wand tool again. And I'm going to change this tolerance to 30. And then I'm going to click once in the background and see if that helps at all. No, actually that still doesn't. So let's see. What happens if we go up? Actually selects more. So I'm going to go down. I'm going to select maybe 10. And that looks a little bit better. I don't see any of her hair selected. I only see a couple of pixels here selected. We could even go down to 8. And then we're going to hit delete. And you'll see that that then deletes all of the white in the background, but leaves all of the relevant data that we need in that statue. So I'm going to do a select and deselect. And there we go. All right. Oh, we want to deselect all of it. There. Okay. All right, so once we have done that, we're going to do a Command or Control S to save our file. And just click through this Maximize Compatibility. And now we are going to, on page 49, and actually this is where the question arose, so I am going to quit after 49, number 4 I think it was, or 3. So I've got it all selected. We're going to, or got it all in the file. Now we need to move the statue. So we are going to select the Move tool, and we're going to check the Auto Select option in the control panel, which mine is already selected. And we're going to click on the statue, and then we're going to drag it to the left. And there you go. So hopefully, and that was what the question was a question about moving that statue. I know, long drawn out answer for that, right? But now I'm going to upload this again. And again, if you have any further questions or want additional demos, let me know. Thanks. Hope this helps.